Right, solving exponential equations again. Okay, take a look at this one here, right here. Ignore the handwritten work below. Just ignore that for now. Okay, we're going to solve this. Now, can you see e to the negative x right here? I can write it as 1 over e to the positive x. Just remember your negative exponent rules. Okay, so there we go. This is the question I'm going to solve. Okay. Right, e to the x denominator, if we multiply everything by e to the x, I'll get rid of it. So multiply everything by e to the x times e to the x is e to the 2x, add exponents. Okay, e to the x times 1 over e to the x, the e to the x's have cancelled, so it's just 1, and 6 e to the x. So there it is, okay? But reading or descending order, I've written this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's why that's up there. Now, this is doing it by substitution. Remember some of the videos and some of the questions we did on looking at these as though they were quadratic, okay? So if I let u, remember this, u equal e to the x, okay? Here it is, down here. I'll end up with this, and I'm going to put this in a box, okay? There we go. So that's what I have. I've replaced the e to the x with the letter u. Now, unfortunately, this won't factor. Pain in the butt won't factor, okay? So we're going to have to use the quadratic equation formula. So before we do, actually, no, I'll run through it. I'll just run through it quickly. Here it is, okay? So remember this? So a is 1, b is negative 6, c is 1, okay? We put it all in here, blah, blah, blah. We end up with this. So u equals 3 plus or minus 2 root 2 if I put this into the quadratic equation formula. Remember, u is actually e to the x. So it's e to the x equals 3 plus or minus 2 root 2. Now again, for this, we're looking for the x, so we log both sides. This is looking a little bit complicated, so I'm going to show you it, run it through a bit easier. Log both sides. There we go. I log both sides. Okay. Remember, the natural log of e to the x is just the x. So here we go. And let's see, found it. Okay. There we go. X equals those two answers. If you put it in your calculator, you'll get these two. Now remember, just double check. 3 minus 2 root 2 is still a positive answer, so it's okay. Remember, you can't log negatives. You can have negative answers, but you can't log negatives. Okay, right, now I'll show you the actual, do it hopefully where it's easier. So remember, okay, so imagine the question, so I'm going to do some erasing, was this instead, minus 2. Okay, I'm going to take this, I'm going to put 2 everywhere I see the 6, okay, including there, right, okay. So I'm going to write 2 in. So imagine this was actually minus 2. Minus 2. 2. Minus 2. Okay. So this is what I'll have. Okay. If I do the substitution, instead of this down here, I'm going to end up with u squared minus 2u plus 1. Equals 0. Now that one will factor. This is what we're trying to show you. As long as it'll factor, it's much better. This is u minus 1. U minus 1. Okay, so it's nice to get something that factors instead of using the quadratic equation formula. Can you see that u must equal 1, which means e to the x. When I replace it, remember u equals e to the x. Now that should give me x equals 0. You could log both sides if you want to, okay? But look, remember anything to the power 0 is 1, so x must be 0. I can go back and check it. E to the power 0 is 1, e to the 0 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, take away 2 is 0. Okay, it works, okay? So just fingers crossed, hopefully, when you get to something in the substitution, it factors rather than you using the quadratic equation form.